from the Renaissance deck. And what it does is let you pick the top card every time your deck shuffles. By the way, I am Cormac Attack.
I'm Tetron.
Okay, and I will share my screen.
So, see what this base deck gives us.
Yes, as usual, we will start with the base deck with the addition of star chart. So here is star chart. I'm just going to show it to you. When you shuffle, you may pick one of the cards to go on top. So there you go. Very, very simple. But actually, there's quite a lot of skill behind it, depending on what combinations of cards go with it. And Tetron and I have a bit of a debate on whether star chart is useful or not.
Well, it's not just useful, it's its value.
I'm not convinced. Okay, let's start. So what have we got in this deck? We've got nothing for 2, no chapels. Can we trash at all? Moneylender trashers. Mine trashers. They both trash. They both trash your treasures. We don't have anything, I think, unless I'm mistaken, that can trash our estates. What did you get, Tetron?
I got Harbinger.
It's me.
My debate over star chart wasn't whether it had value, it's whether it's as valuable as a silver was the question for the first buy.
Yeah. Oh, and of course I have to remember to actually buy star chart if I want it. That's the thing I normally forget on these.
Yeah, so I suppose the aim is to speed up one's deck.
Well, if you're going from mine, you're not going from mine, I would think.
Well, I'd like to go for mine, but the problem is it takes too long to get there potentially. I'm going to get star chart.
Yes, I thought you would.
Well, once I bought Moneylender, it's and it is the featured thing. I tend to go for the featured thing with that, as we saw with Beggar, regardless of how sound it is. Actually, that was silly. I knew what I had in my hand there.
Silver before I trash all my treasures without having anything to replace them with. What have you got? A market? Yeah, they're good.
Well, I wanted to buy, and I prefer that to Festival with this rather random strategy I'm adopting. Oh, you got an artisan already.
Sorry?
I said, oh, you're on an artisan already.
Yeah, I've got an artisan.
Let's take the risk with this one. Okay, so the Harbinger's already there, as is a copper, so I want the Moneylender. Oh no, there isn't a copper. That was bad. Oh, I've trashed one already.
You've forgotten what you've got.
No, I've forgotten that I trashed a copper. I looked at how many coppers were in there. And yeah, so I've now got Hammer 3 estates. No copper and a Moneylender.
So how are you making your choices of what goes on top?
Well, there isn't a lot of timing ones. I'm trying to coordinate my Moneylender with the coppers at the moment without having given greater thought. But I should get an artisan to match you because I need to speed up the decks further if I'm going to take advantage of this.
You're on 8 already, so you could in theory get a province.
I could, but that'll slow down the deck.
Yeah. So this Harbinger will let me pick something from my discard pile when I get to it. So it's all very evenly matched so far. I think Tetra might have disconnected. I'm just going to check on the stream. Oh, yes, he did. Okay, I've led him back into the stream. Hopefully he's back on the Dominion as well. Keep saying he's reconnected. Oh, but he's disconnecting.
I've done this a couple of times now.
All right, are you back on the game? Yes.
Well, I think so. I hope I cut out before I started swearing.
Oh.
As a response to cutting out. I didn't swear a lot. I didn't. It was a fairly muted thing considering. But I have no idea what's causing this. It's one of the interactions because it's not my network because I have two of them. It doesn't like either. I wonder if it's the browser.
Artisan. What do I want? They're all good. There's a lot of good ones. Let's take markets again. And gold. I just wish I could get rid of my estates.
So I'm finally joining you on Artisan. As always, seeming to be quite a few moves behind you by this stage.
7 with 2 buys. I'm actually tempted. This is probably silly. But I am tempted. The pictures you have to discard. I know you don't. A militia and a hunter. There we go. Select a card to go on top. Let's just take that one.
Oh, it's going straight on my deck. That's not so useful. Yes,
I'm now getting so into building the deck up that I don't really bother actually doing the things to win.
Yeah, I mean, it is a bit of a distraction. Less of a distraction, I must say, than having your internet can drop twice or whatever it was breaking.
Seven. Another artisan. I wonder. Probably can't be. Maybe it's just another market or a festival.
If you don't have a festival, it would seem like having 2 artisans is overkill because you have lots of terminals. As we call them.
Ah, no, that's not so good. Just have a look at that.
Let's resort to finally buying some points.
Yeah. Okay, so you're ahead in the points. Let's put that one in the mix. There.
I get my 2 estates.
No, that didn't help then. I better get this though to try and keep up with you.
Well, it's not so. When you say try to keep up, it's seems unlikely we'll get to massive buy with the amount treasure in this one. What do I want next? I think I need some more treasure.
I should maybe get one.
You always say that as soon as I buy something.
Yeah, I do. We've got exactly the same number of cards.
Yeah, well, we both got 4 coppers across. But I've actually had one more turn than you, so hang on. Did I miss a buy or something? Oh, you must have bought 2 things at one. It's more time than I did.
Okay. I can't do this. I've got to do that, which isn't. Right, too. All right, I'll get a festival like you did. Not just because you got it.
No, I understand that. It's just it's one of the artifacts of the game that is quite difficult to get a different strategy up and running against your opponents because it's too easy for them to start copying.
Yeah, when you play someone who's a little bit lower rated sometimes, and you can see what the right strategy is, but you don't want to play it because then they'll start doing it and it might work better for them than you because they're more set up for it.
Yeah, I mean, your 2 golds is probably going to be enough. Maybe we may be able to get a draw, but yeah, but you'll see we're not using star chart as often now because our decks are slowing down.
Yeah. Well, maybe that means I need to keep buying laboratories and going through it all.
Well, it's not that powerful a thing. It just increases the probability of your shuffle slightly.
Buys.
Oh, I can't top that because it's already in play. Yes.
Hang on, you got a province without me even noticing.
Just in the last turn.
Ah, I'm behind.
So I'm actually going to buy a copper now.
I'm way behind. This is appalling.
So the other one on top deck was a market. I guess probably laboratories at least.
Oh, okay. Do I want to select a card to go on top? The trouble is I'm just going to use up all my really good cards.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to time it. This is why I'm not quite so keen on it. Harbinger helps a bit for timing things better, and also Artisan, but you really need to control 2 cards for it to be fundamentally useful. Like you could put your moneylender in with the copper would be useful to guarantee, but
I mean, this is all a lot of fun, but
well, that's what always my conversation is. Is it fun or practical? I guess I get rid of them. Ooh. Not trivial what to discard here, actually.
Ah, good. I've inconvenienced you.
Yeah, I'm discarding what I top deck with my star chart. Yeah. Well, it's only a 1 card difference. It's whether to keep a market for drawing 1 or a laboratory to draw 2. That lead was short-lived. I mean, well, drawing the 1 didn't work well. Going to get more treasure potentially. Not that I think we'll get through it.
24. Oh, you've got a duchy now.
Yeah, with my artisan. It kind of ruined this next hand a little bit.
I think I might have to do that too.
Well, that's the whole point of me having to do it, is to try and just keep things balanced.
Then I have to top deck it. That's not so good.
Because you still have your golds.
Yeah, I've got. All right,
Yep.
24, 24.
And I think I'm going to miss.
Depends on. Right, now what do I need here?
Well, the question is, do you know what your missing card is?
Oh no, it's not.
Well, you can see all the others.
Oh, but I don't remember. Oh, I think I do know. Well, I do know because I just top decked it actually. That'll be what it is.
Oh, so it's a duchy. Oh no. No, it doesn't tell me.
Actually, I selected the wrong card to go on top. It's obvious what I should have selected.
2 turns. Whilst I'd like to get a draw, I think I'm now going to force it to be a non-draw.
No. I've got the same as you. Through stupid selection, I have to say. I should not have selected the laboratory to go on top. That was a ridiculous choice. Although, actually, no, maybe it's not so bad because now it's in my discard pile. And so if I have Harbinger like you've got, then I can get a laboratory.
This is probably the easiest choice.
So now I have to get a province in order to even draw.
Well, a province draws more than a province wins.
I could, yeah.
And a duchy plays for trying to win. But you could well have your artisan in hand as well and things. So I'm not very confident about this likelihood. Although I do get to choose the next card which goes in my hand.
Ooh, this is looking more interesting.
There we are. As I say, I wasn't very confident about this. You're probably going to get to 10.
I'm going to get to more than 10.
Well, in that case, good game. There's no point carrying on.
That's the card.
Well, you got to exactly 10 plus an artisan. Good game.
Good game.
A minute, I thought I'd survived that.
I didn't think I was winning that. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's the 2 golds. It was very close. It was too close to call. Yeah. I mean, I end it the next turn if you don't end it then, I think.
Right. So what we will do, we're going to keep in a couple of base deck and some intrigues, seaside, prosperity, and adventures. Let's put in. I don't know whether that's the right thing, but we'll do that. And we're ready. Let's see what we get. We've got a star chart, of course.
Oh, and a swindle.
Yeah, lots of stuff. We have tactician, which lets you get an extra, you know, it gets you an extra 5 cards and an extra buy and an action. We've got a bishop that trashes things for points. We've got, well, an artifice which lets you get cards by discarding cards, and a swindler which is evil.
Especially when you're choosing the order of the cards. Sort of.
Oh, yeah. So this is the trick. Swindler and some other things. This is where you have to watch out for in your star chart. If you pick this lovely card to go on the top of your deck, and then they do a swindler which trashes your top card, you just have to Watch out, that's not what you want. What did you buy? A swindler?
I bought a swindler.
Yeah.
Well, I was fairly sure it's coming back that my way anyway. But...
Well, I tell you what, there's no actions here again. I think this ranger is not going to be very good. Even though that's what I want to get, I'm going to get a swindler as well.
Oh. See, now I was playing around with the idea of a ranger.
Were you? Well, you can try it.
I'm now thinking perhaps that might be a better choice than my other choice. I was trying to do something different. Let's see, if we've got to do the ranger twice, I get to control one of the cards every other turn. No, I think I'm eventually, I'm doing something slightly different.
And I don't even know whether to get a bishop or not, because the bishop's pretty good, but let's put that on top.
Plus buy in the deck.
Obviously,
there isn't a plus buy.
Well, there is if you get a ranger.
Oh yeah. So yeah, there is. Yeah, that's one of the ranger.
You can.
Yeah, but a tactician's not really plus buy. It says swap your turns 2 for 1.
Yeah.
What did you trash an estate? What are you getting the estate back for that? Yeah, because plan A didn't quite work. I forgot about that. I'll get it now anyway.
Explorer, yeah, maybe. I don't think I'm going to do that. But trash an estate. Oh yeah, well you can have one as well.
Yeah, it's not very tempting to give your opponent a seller.
Oh no, and my favourite two, I might as well say what they are, is Artificer and Tactician. And I think I'm
not keen on Artificer. Well, Artificer may work well with Tactician, but without it, it's
yeah, actually.
I suppose it's still a card action and a coin, so it's not bad.
I'll start Tactician then.
But its special ability isn't nice for what it costs. I
don't think it's bad in some circumstances. I had a game with it this afternoon, and
well, you can work it. I use it for Duchy and Duke and play in order to win on occasion, but
maybe I will get a bishop. Actually, I was thinking of not because when you trash something, I can always trash.
Yeah, but I've been avoiding playing it.
Yeah, let's put that one on top. I will trash. Stop trashing the stakes. I want to give you curses for your coppers.
Well, I know what the idea is. That's why I have a bishop.
There we go.
A tactician does give plus an action. I'm just doing such a confused strategy here. Let's stick the seller on the top.
Silly, yeah.
You're about to say you want one of those.
I wasn't actually intending to get one of those yet. I don't think I will. Right. This is going to work at some point. Actually, I'll put that in. I'll put that one on top.
Yeah, it's only Artificers, which makes sense getting in longer.
So Artificer. It's just there aren't actually that many good cards. I'll use it. I'll use it.
Yeah, well, special ability is the bit which I'm not sure is worth it. So you got a second bishop.
Oh, actually, may I undo? Because I forgot it was exactly the right number. I just took more than I needed. You have to do the exact right number.
Yeah, I mean, that's where the combination kind of works, but maybe that's it.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to hit you now.
What do I want to protect? Probably this one.
I shouldn't have said, right, I'm going to hit you now, because that was obvious then.
Well, you got tactician anyway.
Exactly what I had.
So it was fairly obvious that you could hit me, but it wasn't going top anyway. I don't get to choose the top one.
Let's put that on the top. All right, so let's play that. So what card do I actually even want? To
Province.
Not yet. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could get the province. Let's use it anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, why not? Let's get a province. Why not?
Yes, I didn't really want to get Swindler, but I was fairly sure you get one.
Yeah, of course I would.
Which then makes it you can't really not have a Swindler.
Yeah. What do I want on the top? That one.
You're a tactician. Oh, no,
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Oops, I didn't, sorry, that was the wrong click. It wasn't. I was trying to click my seller.
That's okay.
It's a bit of a waste of time anyway. I'm just going to get to use Star Chart.
There you go. There's a surprise for you.
So what do I want in this hand? Probably this. So I get 2 actions now. Trash another copper.
Thing is, I'm not using my bishop at all. Oh my goodness, they just keep on going. Did you have 15?
Yeah.
That's very good.
Well, I've got my Explorer, but trying to work out whether I should get an Artificer, but I need about 3 before the Tactician makes a difference.
All right. Let's have that one. And I've got to use the Artificer. Right. How come I've got fewer cards than last time? That can't be right.
I mean, fewer cards. You have 10 cards.
Feels like fewer. All right, let's try that.
Unless you use your first Artificer.
No. You were tricking me.
What do you mean I was tricking you?
Because I want to get a gold. I don't want to get all this
Points.
point stuff. Ah.
Oh, well, no. I haven't even got stupid to say, okay, I'll top back my province. Not really what I wanted to do there either, but...
Oh, so that card to go on top.
So I'm going to guarantee my Tactician there, so that wasn't particularly useful at all.
I don't know if I want my Tactician on the top. I don't think I do, really. Maybe I'll just put one of those.
No, I was saying I did want my Tactician because this hand's pretty bad.
Yes, I'll trash a curse. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you won't seem to want to use your bishop yourself, but it's my clever plan. I forgot about the swindler with the timing. So yeah, it all went badly. So your archbishop probably is, yeah, your archbishop is going to work better than mine because I thought you were going to use your bishops a bit. Oh,
was.
okay.
But then I always wanted to use my swindler instead because that's the attack. But you've trashed my tactician, have you?
Yeah, let's try giving you a mint.
What I wanted. And you give me a mint. That's far from what I wanted.
Well, that was the general purpose. If I gave you what you really wanted, it would have been a bad move.
Swindler. And I just trashed a silly silver.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to trash your tactician after all.
Yeah, well, you weren't going to, because I'd already discarded it. Unplayed.
Now I'm going to have to put a cellar on. I'll get a cellar, which is embarrassing.
What's wrong with the cellar?
Well,
Okay,
you know.
what else is in my hand? I have my explorer, so I have my province. But my cellar's actually not going to work at all because I have to keep all my cards intact.
Didn't discard. I just want this tactician again.
See, again, I think you're going for fun. I think at this stage, another tactician's not required.
Not required. All right, I'll go for gold then. Or maybe a duchy. But how do I get a province without a tactician there?
By spending the money the way you would under the old-fashioned way.
All right. Let's put...
So what did you buy in the end of gold?
Yeah.
Oh, it keeps me more in it. Oops. No. No. I didn't want to play with Scylla in the first place. I was then trying to not trash anything. Confirm discarding. There we are. This is what the move is.
Hmm.
The advantage of my star chart top decking my province when I knew that the explorer was already in my hand. So if I discard 2 cards, I can then choose what goes alongside my tactician.
Hmm. I don't even have a tactician. You talked me out of rebuying it.
Well, I think rebuying it at that point was wrong. I mean, I probably would have bought a duchy at that stage. There were 2 provinces left.
Right.
So the odds of you even getting to play it again were quite, well, you would have got to play your tactician, but you wouldn't have probably got to see the benefit of the next turn of the tactician.
All right. Let's use the artificer. I don't know whether I'll get any benefit out of these. God, for 3 coins. Another swindler. Well, you can have that, which is going to irritate me if you do actually use it.
I could put it in my deck immediately. Now, if I've got 2 provinces, that won't do me any good. To put gold or a cellar in play. What my other 2 cards? Oh, it's silly, I can't remember what my other 2 cards are. I think they must just be coppers. So that's, sorry, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14. Oh, I just got to put the gold on anyway. And what do you trash? You trash copper.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Game
game.
ended. But you did get 2 provinces.
Yeah. I think I needed to hit something lucky for the other card, which I did. I was on about 15 coins before the second choice. So Star Chart helped me a bit there, but your second tactician wouldn't have got to play. I think it was kind of Swindler a bit as well.
All right. So now we are going to make it as complicated as it gets.
Yeah, well, Explorer and Province I got to use with my Star Chart. I was able to time them better, but you do need to count a bit. Only the beauty of Star Chart is you get to see all the cards which are out of play.
Yeah.
So you don't need to count, you just need to observe.
Okay. All right. So this is the full, all the cards.
This is all the cards. Scouting Party, Star Chart, Transport.
So let's just see what these bottom ones are. Transport, exile. So you can either exile something or put something you've got in exile onto a deck. So basically it takes 2 turns to get something or other. Star Chart we know, and Scouting Party, look at your top cards and you can discard 3 and put the rest back.
I think you have to discard 3.
You have to, indeed. You have to discard 3. Exactly 3. Okay.
No actions again to be added on this one.
No actions again. Well, you can get actions. I know that's.
You get villages from Sculptor. Sorry.
You can.
So yeah, that may be the plan A.
That's the plan. So let me start. Yeah. Okay. So the 4 is Ranger, which will be good at some point, but I'm not sure if I want it yet. Actually, I might do a Swindler again because it worked very well for me last time. But ever the optimist.
Okay, I'm not sure I agree with this, but it's the feature of the day.
Star Chart, yeah. Well, I will get a Star Chart too.
Well, obviously you get one
because I actually like them.
But this isn't going to be. This isn't a hand to show all the difference between a silver and a Star Chart with the Scouting Party as well.
Well, you could. You could.
Yeah, no. There's
the view of the silver, and I take the.
No, because I'm having to go for. I have to try for Sculptor, so I'm going to have to get several silvers anyway.
Oh, not an estate again. I'll give you another estate. Right, so I have already the Swindler and the Star Chart. I think I might do this and exile a. Oh, I can't. I can't actually exile a werewolf. So I will exile
which vampire?
Sculptor or a Paddock. Actually, I'm going to exile this Paddock. There we go.
I'm going to get the vampire, which is another way of getting a card for 5. But I'm basically after the Sculptor, as I've already alluded
well, I want
to.
the vampire, but I couldn't afford it. So I've just done it the long-winded way. There's lots of things I want, and actually I do want the Ranger as well. I'm going to get the Ranger this time. Yeah, I'll put that on top.
Well, hang on.
Why do I want the Ranger? I actually didn't think that through properly. Because Tragic Hero gives you a buy as well as does Merchant Guild.
I think I want 2 Sculptors to begin with.
2 Sculptors, why not?
Well, I want to go to paddocks eventually. It's a question of the order.
I'm going to get... Oh, actually, I will get this paddock just because I've got it in Excel already.
Okay, let's get scouting party to speed
I
things
was
up.
just thinking of that too. Oh, golly.
Get a monastery. Discard from exile. For people who don't know, exile, it's your card, it's there, but you can't use it. It goes in your hand only once you buy another one if you choose to. Let's start off with my bat. Actually, that doesn't make sense. Let's start off with the sculptor. Okay, I got a sculptor anyway.
I will do this monastery.
So you've got 2 paddocks in hand now, have you?
I'm not telling you what's in my hand.
I'll just read the log. Well, you bought a paddock, so yeah, you must have bought the second one and you removed the other one from exile, I assume.
Yeah, but there's nothing for you to know whether they're in my hand or not.
No, I don't mean in your hand, I meant in your deck.
Yeah.
So I use my bat, which a vampire turns into, to do some trashing.
All right, I will finally get the sculptor.
Interesting. I have to discard 3 anyway. That could have gone in a better. I got 1 sculptor. Do I want to trash my curse? No, let's get this in play.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah, well, I trashed quite a few of my coppers myself.
Oh.
This is a swindler one, so you don't want to put your good card up top, probably.
Oh, you're going to trash whatever I put on top?
Yep.
All right. Well, it's got to be the estate, hasn't it?
And interesting, my monastery has got nothing I can trash with it. Even though you can trash them if they were in play instead of copper.
See, I could put it on top and you'd have to turn it into a...
It keeps
right.
jumping up. Sorry, I don't know what's up with me, man. No,
Do I have to scroll down to 3 now?
Yeah.
All right. There we go. We're done. Don't know why I bought the stupid ranger. Next time you get the... I suppose I could put it on top, but then you'd still just give me another ranger, wouldn't you?
Oh, dungeon gives an action. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I think it was the other one. So I can just randomly use that to speed up my deck get more. What else is in there? Yeah, I got one of those, I think. Actually, undo. Let's just use my sculptor. I'm going to end up with a lot of silvers here to get these villagers.
Yeah. I think I used that one. Monastery. You can have a mistake.
So I think I start off with a scouting party.
Scouting party. I've got to remember that.
It can get pretty disruptive before you start thinking it's great. If the viewers were seeing my choices, sometimes it's not been working as great as it could have been. Let's go to the number. And once again, my bat's got nothing to trash at the moment.
Discard 2 cards. Right. I don't know which ones I want to use. Let's discard those. It's almost worth trashing the silvers rather than the estates.
You trash your copper with your monastery.
Oh, copper, sorry. Oh, sorry, I did something stupid.
Yeah, fine. I've had a few of these. I don't know why my clicking's not going well.
I trust my copper on my estate. I will trust your estate then. Vampire. No, I don't want to trash it. I don't know. Sorry.
Oh, you got a bat.
I don't understand what's going on.
You got a bat in hand in the monastery, therefore your monastery should trash the copper, and the bat should trash the estate.
The vampire.
Oh, you got vampire. Well, you could have played that.
To get a something or
other.
other.
Deck or discard. Discard.
Oh, I want to mark it, but there isn't any of those.
Yeah, exactly. There are lots of things people would like in this one, which is just not available.
Oh, you know, it's horrible. Can't get another vampire.
Doesn't have to be a 5. You could always just get an island or something.
Yeah, well, even those aren't very nice.
Well, it's better than the Dutch. The young witch.
Young witch, I was almost thinking about. Dungeon. There we go.
Let's just stick to the previous plan of just always sticking the sculpture in place to get another villager. Oh, no, I still haven't. Thought for a minute I was going to get to a province by opportunity, but no. We'll get to play my paddock for the first time. Oh, hang on, I've got my dungeon still to come. No, I was forgetting I've got the dungeon still to come, so I may get to an 8.
Right, what do I want on top? Hard to know. I'll put that on top.
Well, this is the thing with a lot of the ones, is you're just making a decision. It's not actually an improvement to decide. It's just you've then got the fate. You know you're responsible for it rather than the shuffle. Well, half of it. Still hitting my coppers. So that was an even more useless one than your hits. What a monster hand to be discarding from. That's a province I just discarded with my scouting party there, by the way. Not a card of province, the coins for a province.
Oh, right.
I discarded 3 silvers.
Right. Dungeon. Plus an action. Now on the next turn, plus 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Discard 2 cards. All right. Discard. Discard. You can have too many dungeons, I'd have to say.
Yeah, I mean, they're not very useful for your first turn. They're useful for your next. Well, they're not even that useful. It's plus 2, discard 2. But it speeds your deck up. which is the purpose of my scouting party.
Right, I'll discard these two.
So the idea was that star chart would give you more choices, was my thinking, but
And that one. And sculptor. I don't know this very well. I'm going to have a gain a dungeon. I know that I don't have any actions. So that one gives me villaging. Oh, goodness me. I could have done that all better. 6, but anyway, I'll just get a gold. And then I won't play the bat because I need them in my hand, don't I, for the bat? I should have kept the monastery. Yeah, all right. So what do I want? Let's take that one.
no, it's got slightly interesting because of Swindler, because the provinces are no longer even.
Uh,
Oh, let's go. I think it's probably time to take a duchy. Stick to my plan of always sticking the sculpture on top.
What does that one do to me? You can't buy
Oh, it means you're being forced to buy what you probably want to buy anyway, which is victory points or treasure.
Yeah. Right, discard 2 cards. How do I get another buy?
Do you mean at the moment or from the deck?
At the moment, I don't.
Well, since you haven't got, well, you got your ranger potentially.
Yeah, but I don't have it in my hand. All right. Swindler. Oh, I have to discard 2 cards anyway. Right. That one and that one. Swindler. No, what? Who keeps telling me to discard cards? I'm getting so confused. 3, 6.
Yeah, yes, because you got lots of dungeons in play.
So I can trash 1. All right, okay. There you go. Trashes a copper, gains a curse.
See, mine missed all of yours. I think all 3 cases are mine, aren't they?
Oh, I could have done this. I could have trashed a copper as well as doing all this. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It would have been better because I also would then have turned the thing back into a vampire.
I'm going to do a high-risk scouting party here. Okay, it didn't, well, backfired a bit. Yeah, okay, that did actually backfire. But anyway, so I'm earning my buys and risking trashing my state to get a vampire back. But I think these curses have done just enough damage to me.
I don't have a buy anyway. Oh no, I do have a buy. So does it help? Because I'm on 14 and you're on 15.
I thought you had coins.
Doesn't actually help at all, does it? Doesn't really make much difference. Anyway, I've used up one of my villages now. 11.
Yeah, as I said, the Swindler could hit province again potentially, which could skew everything. But at the moment, there are only 7 provinces because of my Swindler.
Yeah.
Or your Swindler, actually. I can't remember which way around it was now. We had Swindlers in the last game.
Maybe trash up to 4. Why won't trash my slate because it must be nearly over now, this whole thing.
Okay, that's just hit horribly. I should have done a scaling point.
So you would probably want a silver back again if you have a silver.
Oh, this isn't good news at all.
What have you done?
I trashed an estate.
Okay, then you're monastery. Ah, I didn't. I gave you what you wanted.
No, you gave me silver. Oh, that's 321. I'm trying to work out whether taking a vampire. I don't need to take a vampire. That makes no sense. So I just keep my bet.
21. Select a card to go on top. Well, I should definitely do that. Discard 2 cards. Right. Discard 2 cards. I'm not going to have quite enough. Three, 4, 5, 6. No, I will. Because I can take a silver.
Okay, you can.
There we go. So, at the end, you just pick your golds. That's the thing, Star Trek. Just pick your golds to go on the top. Easy.
Well, if your timing was there for the dungeons, yeah. But your swindler hit me a lot more than my swindler hit you.
Yeah, okay. So, did you want to say any more on that game? I'll keep the screen up if you do.
I think there wasn't a lot more to say on the game. I mean, for people, we perhaps commenting on it too well. Yeah, it was the timing of the bats weren't easy to get into play with other things when you're being made to go down a card from the vampires. So it's probably more the hexes, which kind of made it more distinctive. But the reason that we were going through our deck quite quickly was because of to take advantage of star charts, so things like dungeons, ranger. Yeah, a lot of things speed up.
Dungeons were pretty good. By the time it took me a little while to cotton on to them, but I thought they were pretty good because they give you an action and you get better cards.
Well, it just speeds you up. It gives you 2 cards, removes 2 cards.
Yeah, so I was quite pleased with those. The paddocks were okay, but they never got to say. I think if you get an empty supply pile, you get an action with them, don't you?
Oh, paddocks are pretty strong still anyway, because you were still playing your horses. I think in that one, sculptors were stronger, but it just didn't quite time for it. So I think it was a little bit, it was still very close.
Yeah.
Once the score doesn't suggest it at the end. It was a swindler which changed things. I mean, I could have got another province earlier if I wasn't messing around with scouting party again, trying to accelerate my deck. I think it could have been over earlier, but I still lose by a smaller margin.
Okay, and I'm going to take this screenshot. Okay, any final thoughts on Star Chart?
Well, it's a useful thing, but I mean, the real question you need to ask yourself, if you're buying it on your first turn when you haven't got a spare buy, is it better than the silver? That didn't really come up in our practice games here. And they were ones we were a bit short of actions and things. So you had to do some other things to try and get there. So on this last one, I ended up with 9 silvers purely from sculptors. I didn't buy a single silver just to get an extra action. But yeah, counting is key as well.
I always find that quite hard, the counting. Yeah, having a good idea of what cards are at the top and But you do kind of.
Well, you get to see them all when Star Child is played, so as long as you know
Yeah.
what you roughly have in play, you're fine.
Yeah, I got to the point where in the previous game, where I'd put all my laboratories and markets on the top, and then I knew by the time I got to the bottom, I was just left with coins. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have a quick look ahead to tomorrow, and tomorrow is the long-awaited Witch card.
Which we haven't seen before. I don't know why you weren't buying it earlier. These games.
Yeah, so we've got there was a young witch, wasn't there, today? But I didn't buy that one. But there wasn't enough actions for it to be good. Yeah, so witch tomorrow from the base deck, and then Monday capital, which is an interesting one. You get what is it? Six coins.
You get 6 coins, but you get something called debt. So you need to pay it back on the next turn if you use them.
Yeah, so it's kind of like focusing all your money into one turn. And then on Tuesday, the Rat Catcher, which lets you do some trashing, which is suitable for Trashy Tuesday. And Wednesday, the King's Court, where you can play an action 3 times. So lots of things lined up. And then Thursday, Viewer's Choice. So I guess if we don't get a request, it's going to be my choice. And I haven't yet thought of what I want to do. I will have a little think about that, and I'll give you at least a couple of days' notice. So
you're thinking I'm going to prepare properly. That's not going to happen. I'm just going to lose badly.
Yeah. All right, good. So thank you, everybody, for watching.
Yeah, bye.